we're going to have to install VirtualBox, which is a software, in order to run virtual machines on our computer. So there are other alternatives to VirtualBox like VMware, but we're not going to use them because VirtualBox is completely free and it works pretty fine. So I'm going to say VirtualBox in Google. As you can see, I have a lot of reasons, a lot of results over here, and the thing that I'm looking for is the virtualbox.org, which is the main page of the VirtualBox. So once you come over here, you will see the latest version under a big button on this page. And of course, you can see a different version over here, like 6.5, 6.7. It really doesn't matter. You can just install the latest version and use it, okay? So if something changes of the main appearance or the features of the VirtualBox, of course, I'm going to update this lecture later on, but they haven't changed it for for 5 years. So you must be pretty certain that you can just download the latest version and start using it like we do in this lecture. So either just click on this tab or just click on the button. It will redirect you to the download page of the VirtualBox, where you can find different operating system for VirtualBox software. So in this case, we're going to go for OS X host, obviously, and we're going to download it. Okay, so it's something like 100 megabyte, I believe. So let me see. Yeah, 128 megabyte. So I have already downloaded it in order not to make you wait. Okay, so I'm going to stop this. And the second of all, we're going to download something called extension pack as well. So this is a package, an extension package for our VirtualBox. It allows us to use devices, USB devices with our VirtualBox. Even though if you're not going to use any USB devices, you should still install this because it works much better with extension packs. Sometimes you get errors when you try to run virtual machines without extension packs. So make sure you find the extension pack and just click on these all supported platforms. As you can see, we only have one extension pack version for all of the operating systems. Okay, just make sure you download the VirtualBox and the extension pack. So obviously we're going to first start with the VirtualBox itself, and then later on we're going to install the extension pack as well. So I'm going to right click and say open for the VirtualBox DMG file. Okay, this will open an installation wizard for us where we will install the VirtualBox in our Macs. So if it asks for any permission during this operation, of course you're gonna have to say yes. And we see the VirtualBox package over here. We're gonna have to double click on this or right click and say open. Okay, and it will pop up the installation wizard for us. So it's pretty easy to install this. Okay, and all you have to do is just say continue, next, like this. So come over here and say continue, yeah, install this, and then it will ask you for your password or your fingerprint. Just give it, and it will try to install the VirtualBox. If you have an existing VirtualBox in your machine, then it will update it like this. So I had an X version of VirtualBox. Now I'm updated. Very good. Now I can open the applications folder and I can find the VirtualBox, or of course I can search for VirtualBox in my Mac OS and find it as well. So here you go. That's the VirtualBox. And if you cannot find it in the applications folder for some reason, you can just search for it. I'm going to eject this. Okay, and I can delete this as well. I'm no longer in need for this, but I'm going to leave the VirtualBox extension pack as it is right now. So you can come over here to Launchpad and try to find the VirtualBox or from your Finder, or you can hit Command and Space in your computer and search for VirtualBox as well. So whichever way you want, just open the VirtualBox because we're going to install the extension pack. As you can see, it asks me if I want to download the extension pack. I'm going to say no because sometimes this doesn't work, so we manually downloaded it and we're going to install it manually. So at the left-hand pane, most probably you don't see any virtual machines. So I have been using this VirtualBox for some time, obviously, so I have a lot of virtual machines over here. Don't worry, we're going to make yours look like exactly like this in the following lectures. So you see a blank left-hand pane. So all you have to do is just come over here to VirtualBox and find the preferences of or the settings of the VirtualBox. So if you open the preferences, you can see the extension tab over here. This is where you should install the extension pack. As you can see, I have an outdated extension pack, I believe, and we have other options over here like language. So I'm going to use this in English, but if you want to change the language of your VirtualBox, you can do it from here. Okay, so we're going to use the VirtualBox for a brief period of moment. We're going to mainly focus on Kali Linux most of the time in this course, so I'm not going to change any language over here. So I'm going to remove this extension pack. So you see something like this most probably. All you have to do is just hit the plus button and find this extension pack and double click on it to install this on your VirtualBox. All you got to do is just say install and read this license and say I agree. Okay, this will install it once you give your password, your computer password to here. And here you go. Now it's installed. Very good. And there's a final thing to do before we go on and install Kali Linux on our virtual machine. We have to go to preferences or settings one more time and find the network tab. So in the network tab, as you can see, I have something called the NAT network over here, and that's what you should have as well. So this network, I'm going to remove all of these things, and I'm going to hit the plus button to create a new one. So here you go. Now it's created. So this network will allow us to connect to the internet within inside of our Kali Linux and other virtual machines that we might need, and it creates a virtual network among these virtual machines so that they can be on the same network as well. We're going to discuss the importance of this later on, but right now you're going to have to create this NAT network and make sure it's over there because we're going to use it once we install the virtual machines that we're going to need in this course. So if you come to this point, it's very good. You have now completed